before getting into the creation, let me show the report of your purchase request. And so this is the report of a purchase request, which holds up your request number, request by person, and so the department which has been enhanced, and the item for which the purchase request has been raised up. So this is the report on which you are going to create an RFQ, that is request for quotation. So this is a request for quotation from our purchase request, which holds up the detail which you are given over there. Those two are the suppliers which are going to add up in our RFQ, and so the item which you're going to give it off against, that's of tube. So for this tube only, we will be giving up 2 suppliers. And now let's move on to our login page and see how do we create a request for quotation from our purchase requesters. And so this is a login page. So here enter your username and password and click on login. After login, click on purchase, move on to your transaction, and then here you have your RFQ, that's request for quotation. So request for quotation is a document that's been sent by a buyer to a potential suppliers to obtain a pricing, delivery timeline, and terms for your required materials or services before issuing a purchase order. So this is a page of your request for quotation where you hold up 2 icons, that's of creating it of direct, and this is from your pending. And then this page holds up for your filtering the item and by giving up a search, either by header wise and so line wise. So now in order to create it from pending, you will be clicking on this yellow icon which holds up a pending document from purchase request. So elect the document and click on create RFQ. After giving up the date, click on OK. So this is a page of creation. So here you have your location ID, unit, and so the document number which will get generated automatically, and then you have your date it's been given, and so a sub voucher type, then it comes your due date, and so the close date, and so your RFQ prefix, so which is of your voucher, and then you have your buyer, and so the status. So still the document is on process, it's of draft. When it's been forwarded, the status will be changed to entry completed, and when being approved by the approver will be transformed to your approved status. And so the narration which holds up your RFQ from PR, that's from our pending purchase request, it's been given. Then consists of your line and supplier, where this line item consists of the item which you have given it on a purchase request, which falls from our pending. So which holds up your purchase UIM, and so the RFQ quantity. So RFQ quantity is nothing but a request quantity of an item that's been mentioned in request for quotation sent to our vendors, and it tells the suppliers how much of each item the organization wants to purchase, so they can quote the unit price, total price, and delivery terms accordingly. Then you have your supplier count, so how much supply has been given up, and so your purchase request number. Then you have a sale order project reference. When you click on this icon, that's of purchase order and GRN details, that's goods receipt note detail, a box will get opened up. So this box holds up your last purchase order, last GRN, and so your pending purchase request and your pending purchase order. And when you click on this icon, that's of purchase order and GRN details, it holds up your last purchase order, last GRN, that's goods receipt note, and so your pending purchase request and pending purchase order documents. This attachment icon holds up a folder where you can enhance it up. And then in order to give a supplier, you'll be clicking on this add icon, and then the approved suppliers, which I told previously, we are going to give 2 suppliers for this item. So I'm going to give Abrami Precision Works, who will be acting as my supplier first. and my second supplier I'm giving it as Avinash Cargo Private Limited. So those two are the suppliers which have been placed up for my item. So when you click on this supplier, this item, after giving save, your RFQ will get updated, and so this supplier will get, and so those two are the suppliers which we are given. When it comes to your load approved suppliers is nothing but the suppliers which will be configured with the particular item. So when you give this load approved supplier, they will be getting fetched up here. So as of now, we have been created by using this add icon. So after giving all such details, click on send RFQ. So RFQ has been sent successfully. And then when you click on the supplier, we'll be entering the unit cost for each supplier over here. So here those two supplier has been given up, so which holds up your supplier name, currency, and so your supplier ID. So exchange rate, so it's the value of one currency in terms of another currency and used to convert a foreign currency transactions into a company's base or local currency for accounting and reporting, which has been called as an exchange rate. Then you have your quote date. So quote date is nothing but the date which the supplier's quotation has been received or been issued. Then you have your quote number, have your required date. So required date is nothing but the date by which the customer requests a delivery of goods or services, and so expiry date. Then comes your ship through, whether by road or by air or by sea. Make payment to the seller. When it's of INCO term, that's international commercial term, defines the responsibilities of buyer and seller in international or domestic trade. Then you have your quote flag, which can be enabled or disabled. And you have your charges. If you want to generate a report, you can just give on this print up. So now you're going to enter the unit cost for those suppliers. So the unit cost I'm giving is 100 for the first supplier, and so after giving the unit cost, the line amount will get generated automatically, which is based upon your quote quantity and unit cost. And then followingly you have your base unit cost, base line amount, HSN codes, and so your tax percentages and so on. And so we are going to give our unit cost for our second supplier. So for the second supplier, I'm going to give unit cost as given the unit cost of 150 for my second supplier, where the line amount has been generated. And then you have your tax calculation. After giving save, click on finalize rate. So the rate will get finalized. After having a review of the details that's been given up, after giving rate finalized, now the status has been changed to rate finalized. So now let's move the document by giving post. So here the document will get forwarded for review to Kaushik, who is our supervisor. Now click on OK. So the document has been forwarded. Let's log in as our supervisor. Let's click on login, and so this is a login page of our warehouse supervisor. Now click on this bell icon and go to approvals. So the documents has been waiting for the review and to take up action. And now click on this detail icon. After clicking on the detail icon, document will get viewed up here. After having a review of this item and so your RFQ quantity and so your supplier, you will be clicking on approve, where the document will be getting forwarded for approval to Vimal, who's our purchase manager. Now I'm logging as our warehouse manager. Now click on login. So this is a login page of our warehouse manager. Go to your bell icon. After clicking bell icon, go to your approvals where the document has been folded up. Now click on this detail icon in order to approve the document which has been forwarded from our supervisor. Having a quick review of your item and so your item descriptions, RFQ quantity and so the approved suppliers, you will be clicking on approve. So click on OK in order to approve. So after the document has been approved, let's go and watch the status at our purchase user. Let's search the document by giving its RFQ number and click on search. And so this is a document where the status has been changed from draft rate finalized and entry completed to our approved status. So this is how you will be creating a request for quotation. So if you want to generate a report, you'll be clicking on this, and so if you give this print, which will be getting defined as your item wise, which holds up everything on a single document, giving up for one particular item you have been given with two suppliers with some different amounts. So we have two variations of your supplier wise and so your item wise. So this is how you'll be generating a report. And finally, this is how you will be creating a request for quotation from your pending purchase request. Thank you for watching.